Good evening to you. This is John Overdyking calling here from Glasgow, or speaking from Glasgow. We are going to be getting this webinar on the way, our team training webinar, and our CEO update, which will follow very, very shortly. It's the 27th of August. We have a few days to go, and I thought I'd start with always a bit of exciting news. So we've actually just received the news that we have a new senior distributor within our midst. Graham Rock down in Dorset went senior distributor this afternoon with 4 days to go. So a very warm congratulations to Graham Rock, and it's great to have you within the sort of senior distributor club. Well done to you. So let's get going. We are going to cover some information which is very relevant because the new Simply Business Manual was just recently made available. It's been sent to all the managers and above, and hopefully you have by now received that new Simply Business Manual, which incorporates our brand new Get Started Action Plan. Our Get Started Action Plan is basically the key document, the key roadmap for people to get going with once they get started with our business. And that could mean brand new people that are just literally getting started, but of course it could also mean people on this call that are getting restarted, or maybe haven't got started yet, or got distracted, or for whatever reason. So I'm highly encouraging you and recommending to you to get hold of the new Simply Business Manual with the new Get Started Action Plan, and we're going to just cover some highlights from that and talk about why this new action plan is so relevant. A lot of the input into this revised getting started process has come from a meeting that was held back in August, in fact July should I say, down at head office with all the managers and above, and we went round and shared with each other what was working out in the field, what were people doing that was getting results. You know, what were the key methods that were helping people get customers and also actually move forward to getting distributors. But of course it's very important at the very, very start that we all focus on getting ourselves to that QD level, and our fast start bonus, our £100 fast start bonus. So that's how the new process has come about, and we're going to share some of those highlights with you right now before we bring Peter on very shortly. So let's get going. We're going to talk about getting started, of course, and reaching QD. So if you're on this call and you're just getting started, or you're getting restarted, or you've been in for a little while but you haven't quite got going yet and reached QD, then this is relevant. And then it's all about, of course, helping others reach that same position, and then the importance of the SD. And one of the things I wanted to cover tonight, which I think is very important certainly as you start moving and beyond your first few months, if you're wanting to build a team, a larger income, want to reach senior distributor or above, is making sure that you really are clear on your purpose. And we're going to cover a little technique that I'm hoping that can help you with that, and I'm going to call it the 5 solid gold questions. So let's get started. First of all, at the very, very beginning. So when you get involved in our business, or if you're getting going as a brand new person or as an existing person, of course the first step is to make sure that you make contact with your coach. Now your coach is someone who is going to help you build your business. Now often that could be the person that introduced you, that actually brought you into his or her team, but that's not necessarily always the case. So don't assume that the person who's bringing you into the team is going to be your coach. That person may be very, very new himself or herself and may not have the experience to actually help you move forward. So it's important that you identify the best possible business coach that's going to help you activate your business, get you started, and get you on the right roadmap. So we would strongly encourage you to, regardless of who introduced you, always to make sure that you meet or talk to or get into contact with your team leader. And team leader is someone who's certainly a senior distributor or above, someone who's actually moving forward and has helped some people get to qualified distributor himself or herself. Okay, so that's the first step in our new getting started process. The second step is to set up your Simply back office, and that's another thing that is going to be simplified quite a bit, and the company is currently working on streamlining our back office, our SimplyNet, which you access through simplynaturals.biz, to basically streamline that and make it a lot easier and a lot simpler. So the back office setup of your SimplyNet is going to be very quick and very much more straightforward, especially in the first 30 days. So that's really the second step, because that involves, of course, practical things like making sure that the company has your commission payment details, making sure that your profile is properly set up within the SimplyNet, and making sure that you know what links to use for registering, of course, your customers as you are going to get customers. Then the third step, a very important step, and this is a step that's always been there, but again we've worked on trying to look at what was working out there and then enhance this process. So the step 3 is still all about, you know, identifying people that you can basically that you can help with you know, with their health or with their income. I'm going to come back to that a little bit in terms of the mindset, but this is all about getting that list set up, building that list on paper, starting with your mobile phone book, not because you're necessarily the numbers, but certainly you do need those names, and start to compile the list that's included in the new Simply Business Manual. We are looking for new people now to help them get a list of 50 names on a piece of paper, and what we're then going to do is we're going to help them and show them how to get the opinion packs into their contacts' hands. Now you may ask, what is an opinion pack? I've not really heard that terminology before, and it's basically our fantastic, very successful A5 brochures, our A5 customer brochure, the green one, and our A5 income opportunity brochure, the blue one. Now we are now referring to those brochures as opinion packs, because for if you're getting started, all you're really interested in is trying to find out what is someone's opinion on what you have, rather than thinking you have to get them for something or sell them on something or whatever. All we really want you to think about is, I want this person's opinion on this information. So the opinion pack is the brochure that you're going to get into your contacts' hands. We would propose that you do that by simply posting that opinion pack or that brochure, both copies, by the way, blue and green, both copies with a covering letter. And again, that new cover letter is also included in the new Get Started Action Plan. You send a cover letter, you send the 2 brochures, you post it to someone, and basically you wait for them to get in contact with you. Now, should they not get in contact with you, then give them a call in a few days and just make sure they've received the brochures, the opinion packs, and, you know, just find out what their reaction is. It's important, of course, to always follow up. There's no point just sending out the opinion packs and not finding out what they liked best about it, or whether they want more information, whether they want to try the product perhaps, or whether they want to come to find out more at a webinar or whatever. So the follow-up, of course, is very crucial, and that's where you and your coach can work together to make sure that those people who have received a brochure or the brochures, the opinion packs, are going to be called or contacted to find out what the next step may be. Now, what will happen is, as you do these 3 steps, it should help you certainly gather your first 6, if not more, customers in your first 60 days. People who are using the brochures consistently and have been since they were launched, and are getting those brochures out to people and following up, are certainly getting customers. They're getting trials, they're getting samples sent, so that is definitely working. So these 3 steps should definitely help you gather your first 6 and get your £100 in bonuses, which is a fantastic start. And again, please do yourself a favor and work hand in hand with your coach. That's all I can recommend you do. We've got such a great team of people ready and waiting to help you get to where you want to go. And really, it will be a waste of resource if you did not work very closely with those people. And of course, the next step is all about helping others reach QD. Because what's going to happen if you send those opinion packs out, the blue and green ones, you're going to find people who react to you and want to get involved with you from a product point of view. They want to try the product, they want to maybe have a sample, they want to have those health benefits. But you're also going to, of course, get people who react to you and say, you know what, this sounds like a fantastic opportunity. So you will also find your first distributors, your first 3 distributors, in the process of using those opinion packs with those 50 names or more if you wish. Now, once you do that and you find your first 3 distributors, you and your coach are going to work together and you're going to help those first 3 distributors do exactly the same thing what we've just covered on the previous slides. You're going to help them do steps 1, 2, and 3. You're going to help them activate their business and connect with their coach and figure out a way forward. You're going to help them write a list and make sure that those opinion packs are being sent out, help them set up their back office, do those exact same steps 1 to 3 with your new distributors. And what will happen is your new distributors are going to reach QD as well. And that's exactly what's going on out there when that duplication process is happening. So all we're really doing is step 1 to 3, and in that process of doing 1 to 3, we're going to find other people and help them do step 1 to 3. And you will, as a result of that, end up with 3 distributors that will reach the QD level, will have at least 4 customers, hopefully 6, because we want them, of course, to have their £100 of bonuses. And as a result of that, you will reach senior distributor, the level that Graham Rock, who we just spoke about earlier, has just reached. It's a key, simply building block. Now, the importance of SD cannot be underestimated, because what will happen is, as a result of senior distributor, certainly for now, it's going to enter you into the share option hat, which is obviously all about September now, the last month of the share option promotion. So it's going to enter you into that share option hat. It is also the first step to leadership. And of course, once you reach SD, it is so much easier to show others to do the same thing. You've now built up a leadership position, you've built up credibility, you've built up a reputation for someone who has achieved a level of success, and therefore it is so much easier for you to show others to follow your example and start to help other people reach SD. Because if you help other people reach senior distributor, this is going to lead you right through and right up the stairway of success and get you to senior manager, which obviously is where the car allowance kicks in, a fantastic incentive on top of some of the other incentives like the Infinity bonus and of course the 7-level pay plan that's now opened up to you as a senior manager. So really, by repeating that building block of senior distributor, it is going to lead you all the way to the top of the Simply stairway of success, and hopefully that is something that's certainly in your agenda to do. Now, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a help, and you'll find in our new Get Started Action Plan within the sort of step 5 and beyond section, and specifically in page 13 of the Simply Business Manual, it will talk about something that's very, very important should you wish to move to senior distributor and on to manager and on to senior manager. And that is, that page 13 is all about you identifying some things that are you going to focus on to help you build your business, the levels of motivation that are going to be important to you. Now, some people I find really find that, or they find it really difficult to do that. They've not really done that exercise before, and they're not quite sure, really how to find out for themselves what is really important to them, what's really motivating them, what's going to really energize them, inspire inspire them to move through the career in our Simply business. So I thought I'd give you a little technique that I've found very useful in the past, and this is very simple. What you do is you get a piece of paper and you write down these words that I've got on the screen. Now luckily this is going to be, or this is, as far as I'm aware, being recorded, so you can certainly refer to this, but there's on this screen you'll see these 5 words, and we've got and more five others on the next screen. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make a note of those either now or when you watch the recording of these potential motivators: extra income, financial freedom, to have and run your own business, more spare time, personal development, helping others, that's a huge thing for a lot of people, and especially with our fantastic, wonderful product, meeting new people, retirement, either early retirement or helping you in retirement, new experiences, even leaving a legacy, or there might be other things as well that are not even covered within those 10 motivators. So I'd encourage you to write those down, those 10 motivators. Those tend to, that's come out of research that shows that really people in this type of business are going to do it for 1 or 2 or more of those 10 reasons. And there's usually one in particular that people are motivated by. So hopefully you've had a look at those and made a note of those 5 and of those other 5 there. And as I said, you can obviously watch this and watch this later and make a note of those. Then what you do, once you have made a note of those 10 things or something else that's not covered by those 10 things, what you do is you ask yourself, and you sit down with yourself and you ask yourself the 5 solid gold questions. So what are those 5 solid gold questions? Well, first of all, you ask yourself, okay, from this list I've just got in front of me now, what is my number 1 priority? What is my number 1 priority out of that list? What is it that's most important to me to achieve from that list? Once you've figured out which one, or maybe it could be 2, but try and really hone in on 1 if you can. What's your number 1 priority? There'll be others, but what is the most important one? Then jot that down. Then the second of the 5 solid gold questions is, why did I pick this one? Okay, why did I pick this one? What was it about this particular priority and motivator that I chose? Why did I pick that one? Third question, why is that important to me? Why is that important to me? And answer those questions, okay? Because what's going to happen is, as you start to go through this exercise, you're going to end up having sentences, certainly in number 2 and number 3 and number 5, that start with the word because, okay? And that's when you start to get really into the heart of what's going to be your inspiration for you, putting some effort in, putting some time in, putting some commitment in to build this fantastic Simply career. So why is that important to me? 4, what are the consequences of not having the opportunity? What are the consequences of not having the opportunity? What are the consequences of not achieving what I've identified under question 1? And you write down the answers to that. Could be 1, could be 2, could be more. What are the consequences of not achieving what I've identified in number 1? And why would that worry me? Why would that worry me? Now, if you go through this exercise, these 5 solid gold questions, along with the list of 10 that we've highlighted before, what you'll find is you'll really get to the heart, to the core of what is important to you and why it's important, and that is going to stand you in so much stead for you being able to build a business and put the effort in, and which, you know, is going to have its great times and it's going to have its down times as well. So hopefully that's been helpful, the 5 solid gold questions. And it's just some last closing comments, really. I mean, these are just some key considerations I would really encourage you to take away from this webinar. You know, do you really fully realize what you have in your hands here? Do you fully realize that you are in partnership with a young startup company that has got a global future, that has got a long-term strategy, that has got a unique, amazing, life-changing product for lots of people? Do you fully realize what you have in your hands? And are you treating it like a proper business? Are you treating it like a proper business? If you put £167,000 into this business and not £167 into this business, would you be doing what you're doing today? Would you treat it the way you're doing it today? Probably not, and we're all guilty of that. But I encourage you just to do something every single day. It could be 15 minutes, it could be half an hour, it could be an hour, it could be whatever you decide to do. But are you treating it like a proper business? Would you do what you do if you'd invested in it? Have you written your list? Have you written your list? The list is so crucial, certainly in the early days. And are you already using, or will you plan to use, those opinion packs, those brochures, which have proven so popular over the last 4, 5, 6 months, and has been a huge contributor to the growth that we're seeing here. So just some questions really to ask yourself and to ponder on. You know, it is an amazing opportunity we have here. We're going to hear very shortly from our CEO as to what is happening. But honestly, it is incredible what's been happening in the last 6 months in terms of growth. And I know a lot of you on this call will be experiencing that. You'll be looking at genealogy, you'll be looking at your numbers, and you go, wow, this is really happening. So finally, are you working closely with your coach? That is my key encouragement to you. Are you working very closely with your coach? Do you know who it is? And is the person you're working with the best person to work with? Have they got the experience to take you where you want to go? Are they where you want to be? Okay, that's another good question to ask yourself. Of course, we have our training side. Now, this is being updated as we speak. We're going to basically completely updated to reflect what we're doing now. So that is going to be ready very soon. But hopefully you've all seen that particular website domain name for the team training site and the password Global Wealth One. Then, of course, I want to do another plug for our fantastic and getting better all the time, this fantastic Facebook team community that we have, our team page, Simply Naturals - Get Wealthy, Stay Healthy. This team page is really growing from strength to strength. It is allowing people to learn from each other. There's best practices on there. There's ideas on there on how to do certain things and how to achieve certain things and how to get customers. It's motivational. There's loads of success stories on there from people doing different things that's working. Testimonials in terms of the product. Customer testimonials sometimes are on there, and updates when it comes to events or webinars or anything else that's going on. So if you are not tuned in to that Facebook team page, Simply Naturals Get Wealthy, Stay Healthy, we are now over the 200 mark. But if you're not tuned into that, I highly encourage you to send us a join request. All you do is you look it up on Facebook, send us a join request, and then we will absolutely gladly let you in. This team page is for affiliates and it's for distributors. It's not for customers and it's not for prospects. It is really a team page for people who are in the business, building the business, and you will get lots and lots of benefit in there. Also, to mention that we have a fantastic files section in there, and within the files section you will find lots of different files and information if you need, latest compensation plan, the latest business manual, certain forms and documents, etc., letter templates, you name it. It's all in there in the files section. So all you got to do is go to the files section and download it. So hopefully that's been helpful. We are going to check now whether our beloved CEO is on the line, and I don't think he's joined us yet. Okay, so basically what we will do while we wait for him, so hopefully that's been helpful. So as I said, if you've not received the new Simply Business Manual, if you've not seen it yet, you will find it in the file section of the Facebook team page. All the managers and above have been sent it. So if they've not sent it on to you, or if you want to get a hold of it to see what we are now teaching your new people, your new team members that are coming in, I obviously highly encourage you that you get hold of that and use it yourself to help yourself, and use it for your teams. You will find it extremely useful. The other thing, while I am on here and I've got some minutes here to ad lib, is what we're going to talk about tonight as part of our CEO update will obviously be the share options. And just to be very clear, we've obviously got a few days left in August now, and then we will basically hit the last month of the share option promotion. This started on the 1st of September 2012. It's been it'll be a just over 2-year promotion that will end on the 30th of September 2014. And just again to be clear, for those of you who are not aware, it's very easy to qualify for getting into the hat, so to speak. All you need to do is you need to focus on getting 10 personal customer orders of 100 PV each. That's effectively 10 boxes of sizzling minerals, because a box of sizzling minerals is 100 points. So 10 personal customer qualifying orders in September, or being a senior distributor, or of course, even better still, both. So those are the criteria, and I cannot encourage you strongly enough to make sure that you do not miss the boat, that you do whatever you can in September to get those share points. If you've not access to the distributor discount pack there, if you've not bought the distributor discount pack yet for the 3x multiplier, as you saw from the newsletter a few weeks ago, you still have the opportunity to do that and buy the distributor discount pack. If you're not sure what that is or how that works, please speak to your coach and they will advise you exactly on what to do and how to go about doing that. But that pack will give you a 3x multiplier on any points that you qualify, assuming you've obviously got your 10 personal customer orders in September, or you are a senior distributor in September. So that will then basically give you the points, and if you've got the pack, then those points will be multiplied by 3 to give you more points, and therefore more share options, free share options. If you're not quite sure what that actually means, a free share option is a right that's given to you to buy a share in a company at a predetermined price. That's basically what a share option is. So because we are a brand new company, we are likely to end up with share options that are going to be, in the pennies. Could be 5, 10, 15, but certainly not a lot of pennies per share. So you will be given the right to buy a predetermined amount of shares that's obviously linked to the points that you've gathered in your career so far with Simply, and in September, of course, and those that right to buy those shares you'll be able to have a number of years available to you to what we call exercise that right to basically buy the shares at that predetermined price, which will be extremely low, and then of course by then that exercise period could be 3 years from now, 2-3 years from now, at least. Of course, by then the share price is going to be much higher as we start to roll out into other countries and roll out other product areas. So that means that obviously your share profitability will be extremely high between the price you're able to buy them at and the price you're able to sell them at on the market at that time. So that is just a quick explanation and qualification of what the share options promotion is and what the share options are all about. So I am still it's 8:30 now, so I am expecting imminently the arrival of our CEO. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick minute break for now, and I'm going to just double check that everything is okay from a technology standpoint with our CEO coming on the call. So we're going to have a quick minute break, and thanks for listening so far, and we'll be back very shortly. And good evening, I'm back. So we are joined by Peter Willoughby. He is dialing in, he's dialed in, he is here. Just to do a quick sound check, Peter, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine as well. Yep, it's pretty, it's a little bit muffled, but it's actually, it's quite loud, so you should be absolutely fine.
Brilliant. Well, that's Apple technology for you folks, so...
No, it's good. Listen, first of all, Peter, a very, very appreciative thank you from me on taking some time out at 8:30 on a Wednesday night after no doubt another extremely busy day at the office to join us and 75 others of us on this call tonight. So very, very much appreciated that you're making the time to do that. I know that people are desperate to get to always hear what's happening and get any other update that there might be. And I know this again, it's all really good news. So I've got a couple of questions as usual, Peter, prepared for you. I hope that's okay. And I just thought I would start off on a very, very high positive note, and yeah, let you just share with us a little bit about how business is going 3 months on from when we were last on the call at the end of May.
Well, hi, John. Thank you. And firstly, thank you for inviting me on this evening, and a very good evening to all of our distributors on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's actually great to be here. I'm quite relaxed this evening, albeit I've only been back here about 30 minutes now. Business is absolutely booming, and you know it's a all of you on the call this evening as to what's happening with Simply Naturals. I mean, it started off as a good, sound business. We have been extremely vigilant to make sure that everything we've done has been focused in the right direction. Just starting to see these little seeds that have been planted just poke their head up out of the soil to really see what's going on in the real world. Just to touch on growth. We are averaging, I keep using the 20% per month compound, and we're still actually in line with that. Customer growth, new distributor is continuing to go up. August we anticipated would have seen a slight slowdown, but that's not been the case. The growth has continued throughout August, and in some respects I'm educating myself about the industry in general, because I personally, having experienced what happened last year and this year at this time, that there seems to be a leveling out of the peaks that we traditionally find in July, August, that are normally caused by the the school summer holidays. Not really seeing any impact of that on whatsoever. So congratulations, everyone. Terrific month this month. We've had David and Eric in the office, absolutely busting a gut doing interviews with new staff, and we're looking to take on 3 or 4 staff at this point in time. So be ready to see some new names and new faces at head office. We are anticipating the future growth to come. So John, hope for you. Again, terrific, well done to everybody. Without you folks, we wouldn't be doing as well as we are, and I know that we're going to touch on some rewards for you very shortly.
Thanks a lot, Peter, for that update. And I know there's a lot of people on this call experiencing the sort of growth that you're mentioning, and that is really, really exciting when that happens, especially through the summer months. I mean, that's just amazing. The next topic is something I heard a little bird tell me, that there's some changes afoot when it comes to how we do business with Europe. You may not be able to give us all the detail, but is there anything at all that you can allude to as to some things that are being worked on as we speak?
I can allude to a few things, John, but I don't want to take away any nice surprise for people. I'm going to use one word, and it's not a corny cliche, but it's simplicity. We've we've looked and focused on everything that's happening with Europe. You know, in some areas we've got a bit of activity, some areas no activity, in other areas some good activity. So what we're aiming to do is to streamline everything to do with Europe in a very nice, simple process being tested now. If anyone has logged into their back office in the last couple of days and looked at the left-hand menus, they will probably see that that's slimmed down quite dramatically. So we are currently testing, and what we'd like to do, if you don't mind, is to announce this all to everybody on the same day. So there's a really nice impact. Let's just say simplicity, streamlining, making it easier for the customer. Everything is about you guys and your customers having the best possible experience with us. We listen, we learn, we take note, and we're implementing now, and I'm quite confident it's going to be a very good step forward.
Fantastic. That sounds very exciting, and I know we're all sitting here obviously looking forward to hearing what that exactly means for us and that announcement. So everyone on this call, keep your eyes and ears peeled on those newsletters that come out on a Friday night, and no doubt whenever Peter's in a position to share with us that they will. Now, as I was sort of doing a little bit of ad-libbing, Peter, you may have heard me at the end talk a little bit about something that's really, really close to your heart, I know, and very, very important for all of us, and that's the share option. So I wanted to, I mean, we're heading into the last month, as we all know, and I just wanted to see your perspective or hear your perspective on, what would you say to people who are listening on this call tonight about September, about the importance of September, about the importance of those share options, and really maximizing this very unique window of time when it comes to the share options?
I mean, it's very simple, John, and I've got to switch hats now, or I won't say turn my cap around the other way, but I'll switch hats. It really is simple. It's, do you really, and genuinely really want to make a potentially significant change in your life in the future? If the answer to that is yes, and I'm quite sure that everybody on this call, every single one of you would say a resounding solid yes, then you've just got to if you haven't started, get started right now. After the call, just find out who you can talk to, to speak to offer them to try the products. And again, I won't dwell on, marketing and speaking to people, but the difference that a couple of thousand share options can make can be pretty significant in the long term. What this is the way of the company saying thank you to everybody for being with us, working with us in these early months of the company's life. This will be an extremely lucrative promotion that we're doing now. Some people have asked a couple of times, will this be the one and only share option promotion? The answer is no. There will be more in the future. But it's usually the first one that is always the most lucrative, not necessarily because of the number of shares or share options that you'll be awarded, but the cost, the price that's allocated to those share options. That's what makes it really good. And that's why this one will be, extremely lucrative. So I urge all of you, if you haven't got yourself 10 personal customers and either got to the level of senior distributor within the business, then just really fight for that cause by the end of September, so you're actually able to qualify for the share options. And just to clarify share options, and I won't dwell on the detail too much, but there is no money that needs to pass hand to the company at any time during the first 3 years of those options being allocated to you. Even after the 3 years, which is the option period, so at the end of 3 years you have the right to buy the option, they will be purchased at what the option price is, and that price will be set as at the end of September. And it will be, in the penny area. So, there will be penny shares ultimately. And again, no financial risk to anybody. That's not what we're about. We're actually allocating, shares shares of the company into options for you all, and it is a way of saying thank you at no risk to you whatsoever for helping us get to where we are today. And that really is the underlying ethos behind this company, in that the success of the business, and I'm absolutely adamant about this, it needs to be shared with those people that help create it. So my words now, John. If anyone hasn't got to the level of senior distributors and personal customers or more, it is to make sure that they achieve that by the end of September. We've got a good month and a bit to go yet, so there's more than ample time for people to get to that point.
Absolutely, and I think we've seen demonstrations of people recently, Peter, where who really got involved and really got stuck in and really got focused and got to senior distributor very, very quickly, and others who who managed to get 10 customers in an afternoon. So getting 10 customers or getting to senior distributor when you're ready, even from a standing start with a month to go, is still so possible. So yeah, I would echo all of what you said and encourage people to really focus in on that. Now we've got we're getting to the end of the call, Peter. We've got obviously some fantastic months coming up. September to November are notoriously strong months in our business, specifically for people building this type of home-based business. And I know you've obviously experienced that yourself in the long-standing experience that you have with building this type of enterprise. So what would you say as a sort of last encouragement or advice to those on the call, in terms of us kicking off September and that the rest of this autumn ahead of us?
I mean, John, that's really an easy one to. We're in a position with the business where you could view us like a fishing boat going out to sea, where you're casting your net. The bigger net you have, the more fish you catch. As the company grows in size in the coming years, the same is true of the size of your team now. So I would focus first and foremost on achieving a qualification for the share option promotion by the end of September, and then I'd focus literally on team building, obviously at the same time taking care of customers, but building your team, building the net that will cast itself even wider as we grow over the years, is the one real focus that I would suggest people look at. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having 100 or 200 personal customers, and indeed I know there's people on the call this evening that do have that number of customers and are doing extremely well. I would like to see a good fair balance between personal customer numbers and that team being built, because I know that when we do start to hop into other countries, the bigger the net is that each and every one of you has, the more customers that you're actually going to capture within that net. So make sure you get qualified for the share option promotion at the end of September, and then really have a strong focus on building your group. And I know there's lots of leaders on the call this evening. There's lots of people that have got some fantastic ideas. One thing I will share with you, and I don't know whether you mentioned this earlier on, John, but the whole business manual has been rewritten. Following a manager's meeting a few weeks, we totally listened to all the feedback that came through from the field. We've rewritten and we've revamped the business manual, and that new business manual is in line with everything that's working for just about everybody in the business today. So that is something that's going out imminently with all the new starter packs. So everyone that's coming into the business is going to see the tools, the information, the systems, and the various parts of the business that actually deliver for them. And again, that's something we will never fall asleep on. If we see, hear, or learn something new, and it can be actually adopted into what we do, we will do just that. Again, being young and dynamic is one thing, being open something else, and that's something we love to feel that we do.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Yeah, we covered that. I'm glad you mentioned it as well, because we covered it at length tonight, and I think it's a really important and a very positive change and move forward again, a progression, development in and how we help new people get going using best practices and using what's been working out there in the last 6 months with the new tools. So thank you for mentioning that. That was very useful. I've got no further questions for you, Peter. I don't know if there's anything else you want to share with us, but those were sort of some of the key things I thought people would be interested in hearing, and I just want to thank you for taking the time to jump on the call and talk to us all. It's very much appreciated, and it's always good to hear what's going on, and the openness and frankness and the complete transparency of the company is something that is continuously appreciated by myself, and I know by a lot of other people on the call. So thank you for your time tonight, Peter. And yeah, I want to take this opportunity. Was there anything else, Peter, or I don't want to close it on if there's something else you want to mention? Or
well, John, thank you. I think anyone that knows me, including yourself, I love nothing more than to actually share information, share everything that's working with everybody, and I could spend hours, just hours, enjoying conversations with all of you, and I believe mostly spoken to me about several things in the past. I just want to say absolute thank you for everyone for attending this evening. John, well done. What a great webinar this evening. Love being here. Always feel free to call me, use me. I'm here to serve you. I'm not somebody that's sat up in an ivory tower that you can't approach. If you've got a group of people and you've got a group of people around your house, or you're with a group of people and you want to get me on speakerphone and have a chat to a little group, happy to do that. If you've got a room packed full of people locally where you are and you want a company representative to come and support you, if you believe it will add value, just give us a call. We're young enough to be dynamic and flexible. We're here to help you, and always bear that in mind. We serve you in the field, not the other way around. And I really want to get that ethos through the whole of head office, and obviously out to you folks, because the last thing we want are people thinking, oh, I don't know whether I should call head office about that. I feel a bit nervous. Other companies I've worked with have, been a bit rude when I've called them. That's not us. Give us a call. We're here to help. John, thank you.
And listen, and thank you for that cue, because for everyone on the call, of course, we've got a fantastic series of meetings coming up in September. When we're talking about September, in terms of helping you build your business, helping you get those share options, we have meeting after meeting after meeting, and we have Peter Willoughby certainly attending, as far as I'm aware, anyway at the moment. We've got him attending up in Gretna Green. That'll be the first meeting in our sort of southwest Scotland, northwest England part of the country. He'll be there on the 3rd of September, and then of course we've got the 2nd of September, should I say, next Tuesday, and then we've got Peter again. He will be attending our Heathrow meeting, very popular meeting, and also he will be attending our first kick-off meeting in Dorset, in Wimborne, and that's going to be a fantastic night as well. That's hosted by our leaders down there, Rex and Jeannie Johnson. So so plenty of opportunities to get people in front of this wonderful opportunity, in front of Peter Willoughby on those 3 occasions, if not more. And those meetings are just going to grow and grow in terms of number and location. So that's a great tool, over and above, of course, our weekly webinars on Tuesday night for you to send people to, so we can share this wonderful product and this wonderful opportunity with them. So that's all from me, folks. Thank you indeed for your attendance tonight, and I hope you got something out of it, both in terms of the training aspect, and of course I know you always get something out of it listening to Peter, as I do. So thank you, Peter, again, and we will see you all at the meetings, on the webinars, and have a fantastic, massive, super September to close off the share option promotion. A very good evening to you all.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening.